everybody, Alisa Murray here in the Sweet Life Garden, and I just wanted to give you a garden walk and walk you through what we've got going on out here. I know that each week you see me doing episodes, and sometimes you probably don't know what all's growing back here, so I thought it would be really cool to take you through each bed and show you what we've got going on, and you can see what's happening. So this first bed here, I've got some peas and beans and some beets. And as you can see, we just picked these a couple of days ago, so there may not be very many on here to show you, but they are producing really well. Let's see, there's not much to show you because I just got it all. But anyway, this is the peas and the beets bed. The next bed I've got over here is a bed that has kale. And the snails have been a problem. But you know what? There's a lot of food you eat at the grocery store that's been made pretty. And if you eat from your garden, you're going to know that you're going to have some holes, but it doesn't affect the way it tastes at all. All of my garden is pesticide free. So that's one of the things that you have to deal with when you don't do that to the animals. You get a little bit of holy kale. All right, my next bed over here has tatsoi and lettuces in it. And I just pulled all the arugula. You guys remember that recipe I did a couple of weeks ago that had the arugula and prosciutto and fig pizza. There's a little bit left, but I'll have to plant some more. So that's what this bed is. Take a look over here. I haven't quite named this yet. Sometimes she's the cucumber mountain. Sometimes she's the cucumber volcano. But I'll tell you one thing, she definitely is. She's a heavy producer. We've got cucumbers coming in almost every day. Here's one down here that's not quite ready yet. But take a look at her. She is beautiful and she's everywhere. She is everywhere. And she'll just keep going if I let her. Over here I've got my Swiss chard. I got Mama chard and I got Baby chard. Mama chard's been here for 3 years. And she produces really good. What she does is I just come in here and pull her off and she'll grow right back. And this is her baby. And I put these guys in from seed. These guys went in from seed back in March. Well, hello there. And the big one went in several years ago. And it makes it just fine through the Texas sun and through the Texas winter. This little guy right here, this is lettuce. I mean, this is celery. And I grew the celery from the grocery store. And I'm going to show you how to do that this week on one of the episodes that I'm working on. So you'll be able to take stuff from the grocery store and chop off the bottom and make your own celery. Now over here you've got the strawberry patch. And the strawberry patch is really good. There's some runners coming up on it. And you'll see not many blooms right now. They produced quite a bit of strawberries back early in the spring, but they're healthy. And they're starting to make runners. And in about 2 years, this entire bed will be full of strawberries. So I'm really happy with the strawberries. They're just not going to be a big producer the first year. Now the next bed is a real showstopper. The next bed is my Brussels sprouts. And guys, these take 5 months to grow. But I want you to take a peek over here. These are beautiful. And they just grow and grow and grow and grow, and you pinch them down and they just keep growing, and it won't be long before they'll be done and they'll be ready to harvest. My daughter just loves them with garlic and honey. They're really good. And this in front are my Japanese eggplant. And as you can see, here's one under here. These are real beauties. So pretty. And all these blooms will make a fruit, and we'll be able to cook up all kinds of good stuff from that. There's another one. And another one. It just keeps going on and on and on. Over in the next bed, I've got the white eggplant. And in the back, I've got the traditional purple, the big guys that you see from the grocery store. But check this out. It's so unusual. This white eggplant. It's really pretty. There's another one up underneath there. I don't know if you can see it. See if I can get it for you. There she is. She's a real beauty too. Now in this back bed, you've got peppers. All of these are the hot peppers. So I've got jalapeno peppers. I've got penguin peppers. These guys are super hot. You have to be real careful when you use these. And there's regular jumbo jalapenos back there. And there are the bananas in the front. See those guys? They're just loaded. Loaded up. Beautiful peppers. Now this next bed is a real big deal to me. I grew all of these heirloom tomatoes from seeds. There were seeds, then they went to seedlings, then they went bigger, and I put them in my little area I call my nursery, and then I moved them and transplanted them into here, and they're bigger than me now. Take a look at this one. This one is so unusual. It's like almost been painted with a paintbrush. Just beautiful. So many varieties. Little itty bitty ones, look at how they're loaded up in there. Just gorgeous. This back here is my purple tomatillo plant. And we haven't started making tomatillos yet, but boy, I cannot wait till we do. I'm gonna be making my salsas with this. And she has just gotten so big. She likes to play with the zinnias. By the way, if you guys don't know it, whenever you plant your vegetables, you need to plant flowers in there with them because they attract the bees and the butterflies. But not only that, you can cut these and you've got your own fresh cutting garden for your house and for your table. It's just beautiful. These little guys under here I want to show you. These are carrots. And they're not ready yet, but these little guys like to grow in the shade. So they're up underneath the peppers. And the pepper plants have a little bit of leaf foliage on there. They can lean it over there and protect it from the sunshine. My next bed, actually my next two beds, are bell pepper beds. And so all the peppers in these two beds are not spicy. And down in here, I've got a candy cane pepper. I want you to see, it grows, its leaves are with different colors, and when it grows with different colors as well. Really pretty. Everything's looking real good. I've got basil back in here, more of my zinnias, lots and lots of peppers. These guys, I just tossed a couple of avocado seeds from the grocery store when we got done having our avocados, and I've grown, I think there's 5 at last count, avocado trees that I'll be planting in the garden this next week. Over here you've got more of those peppers, little babies. See how they're starting to grow. And I don't know if you remember me telling you in another episode, but Epsom salts, that's the key to this. They love Epsom salts. So if you keep them salted, they're going to keep growing for you. And back over here, I've got all these tomatoes. And these tomatoes have been grown from seed as well. All different varieties, all different colors, all heirloom. And in the very back, I've got another cucumber. I sure hope she doesn't get as big as the monster in the front. Now over here on this side, I've got more tomatoes. I guess you can tell I do like my tomatoes. And there are multiple varieties here. There are black tomatoes, there are purple tomatoes, and we're just waiting for all of these tomatoes to start blooming and growing, but these guys were also grown from seed. Now over here I've got asparagus, and I am thrilled to pieces to show you. I found it yesterday. I've got baby asparaguses in here. Look at that, guys. Baby asparagus. And I don't know if you know it or not, but when you plant asparagus, it lives for 25 years. So I'm gonna let this entire bed go to asparagus now that I know that it's gonna be happy in this location in the garden. And I'm gonna have the whole bed be asparagus next year because I just love asparagus. And it's not the cheapest vegetable at the superstore either. So over here, you've got another monster, cucumbers. And the reason why I have so many cucumbers and tomatoes is because salsa and pickles are my forte. Santa Claus comes once a year to the studio, and he takes at least 4 or 5 jars of both when he comes. And so it is one of those things everybody loves, and you stick your head up in here and check every day and see if you've got a cucumber hanging down. And this morning I actually had one I picked with one of my babies from the photo shoot. And over here you've got more tomatoes. And they're kind of congregating with the cucumbers. which is kind of nice. And back in here, you'll see there's some really beautiful, I don't know if you can see it from this direction. Let me take you around the other side. Come over this way. Some really beautiful, red, ripe, gorgeous tomatoes. These guys are the beefsteaks. Those are the slicers that you use to make sandwiches. If you'll look up, I've got them growing here, and they're growing all over there. And this is actually growing into my pear, yellow pear tomato. And they've done real good this year. They're really, really beautiful. And they taste really good too. Look right here. You got some San Marzanos in here. Now these are the ones that I use to make the salsas for the Italian recipes. That's good, guys. There's nothing like a fresh tomato in the garden. And then, ooh, look at there. Look at that pretty one. That one's ready to pick too. Over here, I've got my little itty bitty baby tomatoes. These are the ones we use for the salads. And with them, I've got more basil growing. And in the back, I've got a whole slew of papaya trees. I planted all of them from seed. I just took the insides of the papaya and I stuck it in the dirt, and it sprouted all these papaya seedlings, and I just planted them all in there. And it won't be long before all of that area will be covered up with trees and big old papaya fruit. And we love papaya at this house, so that's going to be great for smoothies and breakfast. More tomatoes, as you can see. These tomatoes are mad at me because they just went in yesterday, so they're not very happy at all. We got another bed coming in. We got some compost that was delivered this morning. And let me show you over here my melon patch. Over here's where we got the melons. Over here's where we've got the melons, and we've got the first watermelon I've ever had in my whole life from seed. Look at that pretty one. I'll lift it up and show it to you. Check that baby out. Isn't she pretty? So pretty. It's going to be wonderful. All of this bed should be filled with melons shortly. Now, many of you guys have been watching me plant trees with the children, and what we're going to be doing is deciding in the backyard where we're going to put all those trees. We've got 5 avocado trees, 2 dragon fruit trees, a blueberry tree, 2 raspberry trees, a lemon tree, a lime tree, an artichoke, what else? Pomegranate, grapefruit, and 2 olive trees. And so I've got to make some decisions about where they're going to be, because once they get put in the ground, that's where they're going to stay. So anyway, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this little garden walk and this tour. It's Alisa Murray again, living your sweet life in the Sweet Life Garden. And if you found any value in any of this, please don't forget to like and share and ring that bell so that you can see more episodes. We'll see you this week.